I think we are live. Let's see if we get, at the moment we have one viewer. Welcome to the channel and our commentary of this match. So Steve Johsnon is playing against Denis Kudla, and we're going to be giving you some point by point commentary and our analysis hopefully throughout the video. How do you think the match is going so far, Josh?
Yeah, pretty smooth for Steve Johsnon at the moment. I was saying to you earlier, he's won this tournament twice, so he's got to feel pretty good on these courts and the surroundings, and he obviously feels pretty comfortable playing at this venue. And he's got off to a good start with an early break.
Yeah, and I mean, on clay, I guess a break doesn't count for quite as much as it does on hard, but still, both of these guys do rely on their serves quite a lot, so a break for them, it's an important one.
Yeah, definitely. So he's serving for the set now. I mean, he's hit 5 aces so far, which is pretty good going considering we're playing on a clay court. It's strength, Steve.
I'm going to try and get some stats up for you guys. Let me have a look if I can get a few of the stats up.
Dirty love. It's a nice looking court, nice looking venue. It's quite an intimate surrounding. Have you ever played at Houston?
I have never played at Houston. No, I've played a few of the challenges, in the lead up to like the US Open and stuff, but never on a clay at Houston. The courts do seem quite dark, so not the kind of red clay that we're used to in Roland Garros or somewhere like that. Slightly darker clay.
Or even in Europe, I think American clay seems to be slightly different.
Yeah, they're famous for their grey clay, I guess, in America. We even have a few grey clay court tournaments in the UK, the lower end.
Yeah, I mean, I never liked playing on clay regardless, but if I was to play on it, I preferred a faster clay, which was, I mean, Roland Garros was one of the faster ones. Especially, I think, with the weather depending as well. Hamburg seemed to be a slower clay court. It's going to be hot there. It should be quite quick. I think that's why we're seeing Steve hit some big serves there.
5 aces there for Steve Johsnon against the 2 aces. But he has also served those 2 double faults, and just shows that he's going for his second serves as well as his first. Get that score back up for you guys. Here we go. I should hopefully get now the stats up. Let's have a look. Nope, that is not the stats.
Not only is he getting a high percentage of first serves, and 83%, which is, I mean, you're signing for anything over 65, to be honest. So he's a high first service percentage. And he's winning 71% of those first serves, which is just shows
stat,
that it's having a big point, yeah.
Just going to try and fill this. There we go. If you guys can see the stats, hopefully now, be a little bit easier.
Interestingly, Kudla had more break points in that set. It just shows you that stats don't always tell the full story.
Yeah.
Sorry, the game, it doesn't always tell you the full story.
Let's see if we have any comments. Let me have a look. So far, no comments, guys. If you're enjoying this feed, I know at the moment we've only got 4 viewers. I know we started the match kind of midway through the match. It might not have been one of the big matches out there, but if you are watching it and you are enjoying our commentary, leave a little comment under the video. Let us know what you think, and ask us any questions that you'd like to ask. I'm going to try and share it to our viewers as well. I know it's a bit of a test, this one. I haven't had the chance to kind of get into it properly, but hopefully we'll get better as time goes on.
Yeah. Important game on play. First, second set off. You just drop the first. I think this court is playing pretty quick, Alex. It's another ace.
I'm actually a little bit behind in the feed. There we go. Okay, now I've just seen the ace.
I mean, compared to what we saw earlier with Dan Evans in Marrakesh, I think this Houston clay court is definitely playing quicker.
And surprising that someone like Evans didn't choose the clay courts of Houston if they are the faster.
Yeah, you're right.
A nice forehand to forehand exchange there from Johsnon and Kudla with a mistake into the net.
So the winner of this match will face Johsnon, number 4 seed.
Who would you pick for that? I guess if the courts are playing fast, then
you'd like to think that Isner probably will go deep in this tournament. I mean, but Steve Johsnon, he's like we said earlier, he's won this tournament twice, so he's going to be feeling confident probably against whoever he plays against. However, saying that, checking over his 2021 stats and matches, he didn't have a great year. I think he actually ended the year on a negative win-loss ratio, which is not good. I think that's probably why we saw him drop outside the top 100. His ranking at the moment is, I think it's 108.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Isner, right? We're talking about.
No, sorry, I'm talking about Johsnon.
Johsnon, sorry, yeah. I mean, I remember Johsnon kind of when he burst onto the scene. He was kind of a breakthrough player. I think he was 28, so he came onto the scene quite late. But he's secured himself. But I think he's gone through quite a few injuries, and I think he's made a number of comebacks since then. So he hasn't had the luck, I guess, of some of the other players to stay injury free.
It's interesting that you often find the American players, they love to stay within America. I mean, they have the luxury of hosting a lot of tournaments, no matter what surfaces, other than the grass, obviously. But they play each other so many times. I
bet these guys have played each other many times for sure.
Yeah, looking at it now, they've played each other 7 times, with Johsnon coming out on top 5 times.
What surface did he beat them? Has the wins against Kudla out of those 7?
Just He's going to have to try and change where he's maybe returning from, Kudla, I think. I mean, that was a great return there. But I think maybe he's going to have to stand and meet the back, just give himself some space. No, he missed that return.
Just to get into
straightforward now. Just to get himself in the rally, because that's going to be his best, really, to get into these long rallies with Johsnon. If it's just an all-out serve and one-shot affair, then I can only see one winner.
And you don't often see that on clay court, right? Where you'd be going, get yourself into some long rallies. Clay court is usually all about the long rallies, right? So it's quite unusual that we haven't seen many of them just yet.
But we said that earlier with Dan Evans in his match. Maybe the first couple, or at least the first clay court tournament, people were just trying to find their rhythm before they get into these long rally affairs.
Do you think the game has kind of moved on where people are just going for more? When they see the ball out, they just go, and it's only the very top, like the Rafas and the Djokovic's, who are able to sustain it at that level.
For me, I mean, we pretty much retired at the same similar sort of time. For me, the game was getting slowed down too much. Maybe since then it's starting to go in a full circle and speeding back up, and players are taking more risks, playing with less spin. I noticed that with a lot of the Russian and the Eastern European players, they're playing the ball a lot flatter now.
Like the Medvedevs,
Yeah,
the Rublevs. Oh, what a
that was a
return
great.
there! Wow, he needed that. And it's 34. It's juice now. So at 40-30, Johsnon went for a wide serve, got Kudla really outside the court, and you can see him stretching, but he finds that line, gets it right on the line with that two-handed backhand. And it's something that two-handers, I feel, have a bit of an advantage over the one-handers, to be able to pull off shots like that.
Unless your name's Gustavo Kuerten.
Yes.
So, what a backhand he had.
Stan Wawrinka, he goes for... He's decent
Yeah.
on that one.
But no, I think you're right. I think for me, the double-hander does, on a slower surface, have more of an advantage. I mean, you yourself, you were a single-hander, you still are.
I did find...
me, I'm double.
I do find those, wide serves when someone does kick the ball out on the ad side, on the clay, ball bouncing over your shoulder, to bring it down with the one hand. It's so difficult. And I know you have a little bit more reach, but I tend to slice in that situation.
With your returning, did you find yourself were you set into a backhand or forehand whilst you're waiting to return?
On fast courts, I'd use the chopper grips, so continental, because I'd be looking for a block on either side. I wouldn't be looking for a full hit. Whereas I think on clay courts, where I'd have more time, I'd wait in a forehand grip, because I'd be looking for a forehand.
That's interesting. I was always in a backhand grip
Interesting.
for my double-handed backhand, and then because my bottom hand on my double-handed backhand was a chopper, that I was able to play a block forehand return if I was lacking any time.
If you needed it. Huh.
I don't think there's a right or wrong on that, though. I think
No.
it's going to be done.
An easy put away there at the net. I don't know why he was saying sorry there. Did he hit someone in the crowd, I think, with that smash?
Not many people there watching,
No.
of 30% capacity, if 30-40.
So 6-3, Steve Johsnon is leading against Kudla. It's 1-all. Kudla serving 15-all. And a big serve, and again another ace. Seeing quite a few aces there already. If you are just joining us, do leave a comment in the comment section. Get involved. Would love to hear from you. What you guys think of the match so far. Who are you predicting to win the match? Would love to hear from you.
That's a great point from Kudla there. Coming forwards, nice little drop volley. I think he's going to have to definitely change the rhythm, mix it up more.
$40.15 Kudla. $40.30. My stream does seem to be a little bit delayed, so sorry if some of my commentary is a little bit delayed. 40-30 now. Kudla serving. Is he going to go for that out wide kicker? He doesn't quite get it, but forces a slice into the net, and it's a hold. So a little turnaround there. I guess now Kudla's leading in this set. Will settle some of his nerves. We've got an interesting match to watch later. We've got Kyrgios, who I I always enjoy watching for the spectacle of it. You never know what's going to come out from him, so hopefully we'll have that match for you as well, guys.
I was reading yesterday that I saw the ATP chairman was they're trying to cut down on rackets being smashed on court. There's been quite a lot of swearing, bad behaviour. For me, obviously you don't want to see it too much, but I think it's part and parcel of the game. We want to see personalities on the tennis court, not robots, which is I think why so many people want to tune in to watch Kyrgios, don't you think?
I agree. I think so. I mean, the racket smashing has always gone on. You know, people like all the time. Look at McEnroe. You know, the biggest kind of breakouts on the court ever, and probably one of the most famous players of that era. So, you know, I don't think there's a right and wrong there. I guess it's bad that, you know, young players are watching it and thinking, oh, you know, this my favorite player's doing it, so it's okay. And I'm sure a lot of parents will hate that. But does it make it more fun? Yeah, and a bit more exciting.
I think maybe the last recent events where Medvedev was almost smacking the umpire's chair with his racket. I think that's when it's going too far if there's anyone in danger. This is entertainment. We want to be watching personality v personalities.
Yeah, for sure. That was Zverev actually. Zverev did that famously. Yeah, and he's been on a. I guess they fined him and he regrets his actions. But yeah, there's a few players, that, especially the younger guys, seem to be, you know, going a little bit overboard with some of the behavior. But
his kick serve is absolutely huge, Johsnon. That is going above Kudla's head by a meter on the backhand side. I think he has to manage it. I mean, to be fair on him, he is stood aside the baseline, taking that on. Potentially, maybe now needs to try standing back a meter or two behind the baseline.
Yeah, and you always have a choice as a player. You know, do you step in? Do you go in and do you take it on, or do you hang back and get into the point? And if you're missing too many, I guess that's your answer.
The problem with taking the option of standing back is you then need to make sure your return has good shape, good height, and you've got to find some depth. Because if you hit a short return off that position, you're going to be in trouble straight away from their first shot.
That's for sure.
I think maybe that's where it does help as a double-hander to take the option of stepping in, to take balls on. I think it might be slightly easier to time the ball.
And you get a lot more angle as well. The closer you are inside that baseline, the more angle you have available to you, the more you can get the other player on the run straight away. But of course on clay it's a lot more difficult because you've got the unpredictable bounce.
That time he stayed back and he had a deep return and he's in the rally now. And yes, I think once Kudla's in a rally of more than a rally length of 6 shots, he probably goes to be favourite in the rally. So he's going to have to... If he can keep that up, I think he's going to be well within this set. Great backhand down the line though, wow. Taking it on.
I'm going to try and share our feed to our Facebook and see if we can get more people, because at the moment we had 4 watchers at one point. We're not breaking the numbers here, guys. If you are watching, do share the video with anyone who might be watching, and leave a comment under the video. Press the like button for the algorithm. It'll help us grow. Just trying to share it.
Double fault on that occasion. See, he's the same serve every time on the outside. Kick out wide to the backhand. I think because Kudla had hit a great return the previous point, he went for a little bit more on that serve and then ended up missing it.
Such a difficult serve to get right, but then also to return. So you always, it's that Are you going to go for the wide one? And even if the other player knows that they're going there, it's still a difficult one to return. And I guess if you are able to return it well, it really puts a pressure on the other guy, because then he starts going for too much, just like we saw there.
So at this point, he kick serve to the forehand, change up. Slice water shot from Kudla, slice winner down the line. Break point. Again, once he got into the rally, he became favourite. I think Kudla's probably a better fast court player. I think he likes a low centre of gravity on most of his shots. Playing his shots from waist height, maybe.
Kudla.
Yeah, he always does pretty well on the grass court season.
It feels to me, him, I'd say he's the more stockier kind of player. It probably suits slightly faster courts to keep the points shorter, maybe go for things a bit more. He's not, just, like a Djokovic, where he's more lean.
Just missed another backhand return that was up above his head. He's not, and then shadowed it, so he's clearly not enjoying that return. Steve Johsnon doesn't seem to be mixing up this second serve really, so he's carrying on with it because he's getting so much joy out of it.
Well, why change the winning formula, right? If it's working for you, then keep going. So I've just reshared it. Hopefully, we'll get a few more viewers from from our pages. If you are tuning in, let us know what you think about the match so far. You're watching it with us. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and also send us a comment. We haven't had a comment for a while, so it'd be good to hear your thoughts about who is your pick for the clay court season this year.
Okay, second serve, game point Johsnon. Is he going to go for the kick serve out wide again? No, he's gone down the line. He's changed it up a little bit. Into the rally. Great. Is that in? Looks like that was up. Umpire.
That's a game.
Yeah,
so
it was out. Okay, cool. Better game though, do you not think?
Yeah, and I think they're both kind of settling into the match now. I think we'll definitely see some better tennis, and this. It's early in the tournament. It's the first round. So both the players are still trying to find form here on clay.
Story so far, for me, it's just Steve Johnson's. He's won the bigger points, the business end of the games. He's carving out the right way. I mean, Kudla's had 3 break points compared to Johnson's 1, so he's actually had better chances.
Johsnon is just able to convert better, I guess.
Yeah.
My feed is kind of frozen right now, so I'm not able to see what's happening. Oh, here we go. I think I might be back, if I'm lucky. Another out wide serve here.
Both players' service percentage pretty low, to be honest. 50%. I don't know about you, Alex, but when I was playing my game style, I heavily relied on quite a lot of first serves going in, even though I was going for it. I would want my first serve percentage around 60%.
Yeah, and the best servers in the world, it's they usually are between 60 and 70%, and if you are getting the 70%, then you are holding most of your service games. So that's what the pro players are going to be aiming for, is that 70%. If you are over 60, you're doing well. If you start falling below 60, then you need to improve. And I don't know how much importance there is on that first serve on clay usually, but I guess this being a slightly faster clay court.
Well, interestingly you say that. they're both high percentage of winning their first serve. So when it is going in, they're winning high 80%, high 80s. But when they're missing their first serve, it's becoming a 50-50 situation. Both of them in the 50% range for winning points on their second serve. So you can see that it's going to, some stage in this set, there's going to be some opportunities if their first serve percentage stays at this level.
Low. So if you are just joining us, guys, do want to see some comments in the comments box. Haven't had many. I promise to put it up onto the screen. We'll try and answer them for you. So if you are watching it with us, then leave a comment in the comment section. Be great to hear from you.
Game point, Kudla. Second serve. Bad miss from Kudla, short forehand. An opportunity for Johsnon here.
Really committed himself inside the court there. Oh, it looks like I am actually behind you again on the feed. I'm going to try and refresh my feed because I just saw that forehand miss.
Okay. Okay, we have break point. Johnson's second break point of the match. He took 1 out of 1 in the first set, so is he going to be as ruthless in the second?
I feel like I need to have a better scoreboard.
How did you play your break points, Alex? Did you like to have an attacking mindset, or did it depend on how the match was going?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to just gift the point to the other player, but I'd always try and say, like, try and play as aggressive as you can be and play your game style. Yeah, so if, you know, whatever has been working and whatever my number one tactic is and what usually brings me the points is what I would be trying to do there on those big points. So I guess play your percentages.
I found that if I had, say, 2 break points in a row, if I was, say, 15, had my player at 15-40 or love 40, then I would allow myself on the first one or first couple to really go for it, play an aggressive tactic, and then if it's a 30-40 or an advantage, that was when I took a little bit more of a conservative approach.
Trying to get the score up on, because we don't seem to be getting on our scoreboard. We're not getting the actual points. So let me try and find one.
So a break point saved in that game. Could have leads 3-2. He's getting himself into the match now, I feel. The longer the rallies go on, I think if he can look to play a similar game to the last one he played, then he could sneak this. Looks hot. They've got umbrellas over them. Ball kids holding umbrellas over the top of them while they drink.
Much better than what it is in UK, hey?
Yeah. It's we had a good last week, but this week's been terrible, really cold. I started looking at my garden, getting the barbecue out. Now I've put it back away.
I thought you were going to say you started restringing your tennis rackets. You know, you wanted to get out on the tennis court.
Well, that as well. I had my first match on Sunday in a long time.
Bear with me, guys. I am trying to get the actual scores up so we can follow it point by point, because that wasn't doing a great job for us.
Interestingly, Kudla taking out a new racket. I don't think he broke a string there, but he's taken out a new racket, new strings. Maybe it's a different tension to go on this receiving game. You see a lot of players doing that now, Alex, changing rackets without breaking their strings.
I guess a slightly better tension, looking to play with a slightly fresher restring. Did you like playing with a fresh restring, or did you prefer being a bit more played in?
I mean, I don't have the luxury of having as many rackets in the bag as these players have probably got. They've probably got a minimum of 6 rackets freshly strung in their bag. But yeah, if I was playing a long match and I felt my strings, there was a possibility that they may break, and there was an important game coming up, then yeah, I would have changed racket. I think it's maybe a bigger difference in a hot temperature like this. The strings are becoming more slack as the game goes on, especially on clay. The grit getting into the strings.
I'm getting
30 love Johsnon. Looks like another routine service game here.
Okay, let's see if we can.
He's looking to finish the points quite quickly, Johsnon. I think his game style obviously is based around his serve and his forehand. I'm assuming Houston must play slightly quicker, considering he's won it twice.
There we go. We've got the scores now, guys. I'm going to put it right there so we can see them.
Chance for Kudla here, 30-all. Will he stand back? Yep, he's standing back 2 to 3 meters behind the baseline here.
Thanks for the likes there, guys. Do leave a comment. We do want to hear from you, see what you guys are thinking about the match. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying our commentary? How do you see the match going?
That's a bad unforced error from Kudla there, 30-all. Backhand down the line, Alex, it's risky on clay. I think on fast surfaces you can afford yourself to take the risk there. On clay court, I want to see him just going cross court and staying in the rally, especially as Steve Johnson's been slicing so much in this set.
And when you do go down the line, I guess because of the angles, you open up the court and you become so much more vulnerable to that cross court defense. And on clay being slightly more grippy and bouncy, you have so much more ground to cover then that you really put yourself on the back foot. So when you do go down the line, you really have to do something with it.
Bad drop shot from Johsnon. Kudla gets the game back to juice. For me, Alex, I'm watching these players now and neither of them look comfortable on clay. This is not your standard typical clay court match.
Great serve there. Well, I'd say that Steve Johnsson is looking more like the clay courter with those serves, but didn't quite execute that drop shot well. And Kudla got into the net and put away the smash, and it's juice. It's a big game here for Johnsson. Needs a hold here if he wants to maintain that momentum of that first set. AK, thank you for joining us. Yes, he's watching. That's great to hear.
Game 3-all. Is Johsnon changing rackets as well, Alex? So both interesting. Both players in the last 2 games changed rackets without breaking your string.
I wonder if it's the conditions, if they're playing a little bit faster and they want to have a slightly tighter racket in order to control the balls better.
I think so, maybe. It must be.
There again, looks like I am delayed on the feed. Fantastic. Francesco, great to see you too. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're enjoying the match. We are certainly enjoying it, and we'll hopefully bring more matches like this for you guys in the future.
Nice 1-2 punch there. Big serve, backhand. Took that really 2 meters inside the court and took it on the rise. That's what his game's about, Kudla.
Didn't quite get the return deep enough. Steve Johsnon there allowed Kudla to get in and put away that backhand. I notice how Kudla, when he's serving on the ad side, he stands quite close into the middle. So he's looking for that T serve more often than the wide serve almost. Like you give yourself a much better angle standing further out wide on the ad side, but he doesn't seem to prefer that.
Which is quite unusual on a clay court. You normally you can afford to have more of a wider stance, almost like a doubles position on the serve.
Exactly. Let's see how he does it here. So I mean, he's 40 love up here, but he hasn't been electing to go very wide at all here. So standing quite close in there. Almost like a doubles I formation. A comfortable hold there for Kudla. Seven aces, Steve Johsnon. Kudla's 8 aces. More double faults coming from Steve Johsnon there. If you have just joined us for this live session, we did I guess the finish of the match for Dan Evans against Antuha, and you know, that was a pretty quick match it turned out to be. And then we decided to join this match, and hopefully we'll bring you one more after this, so stay tuned. Let us know in the comments below, which kind of matches are you most looking forward to? Who is your favorite player? Who you can't wait to see? I'm hoping that Federer comes back quick. There's rumors that he's playing on the, he's training hard on the in Zurich. So I'd love to see this guy back for that one last shot, Josh.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him back, especially I'd love to see him win Wimbledon one more time. I think he's probably got it in him. Favorite player for you, Alex? Federer? Or
I'd say Federer, else? I think, yeah. I used to really love Tim Henman when I was younger. I was modelling my game on Tim Henman when I was a kid, so another Brit. But yeah, now out of the current players, I'd say I enjoy watching Federer play. Not that I used to play like Federer that much, I don't know. I wanted to try to, but
me,
more like a Davydenko. What about you, Josh?
Marat Safin. I loved watching Marat Safin play. I had a nice opportunity to practice with him 1 year at Wimbledon. He was a nice guy. Just his game style, though, I tried to mimic it. Big forehand, that's pretty much big everything, really.
Yeah.
But he was a lot about power, trying to win points quickly, great reactions. He played some of the best tennis I've ever seen. Definitely the match he played against Sampras at US Open. It was unbelievable tennis.
Yeah, definite legend of the game. A really weird, unusual, not weird, I'd say, unusual serve action from Steve Johsnon. Notice how when he throws it back, his arm flies really far behind him there. He gets quite a lot of whip on it. Quite unusual action.
Yeah, his arms don't seem to go together.
Yeah.
Which is normally what you see with players. They have like a conductor with their hands, going up at the same time. His seem to go slightly different paces. It's working for him though.
Francesco says Nalbandian. That's one hell of a player
No.
there. We actually did
Yeah.
a course with him for our channel Top Tennis Training. We did some videos on his backhand, his returns. Definitely probably one of the best two-handers ever.
He didn't he use the longest tennis racket on tour? I think it
Did
was.
he?
I'm pretty sure there's actual dimensions where you have like a requirement. And
Yeah.
he was at the
At the
far
very
end of-
top. Mm.
yeah.
Long Yonex.
Like there's long bodies, but I think his was even longer than a long body.
Maybe that's the trick.
Yeah,
I used to play with an extra long.
I did for a little bit actually.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a, I don't know if there's a benefit to it. There might be. You might get a bit more power.
Potentially, if you're a shorter player, you have
Yeah.
shorter reach.
Where are you from, Francesco? Why don't we ask our audience where everyone is watching us from? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear which countries are we reaching right now. I think we've got 10 people that are currently online. A big crowd of 10. Yay! But they're silent watchers. So it's 4-all. Denis Kudla to serve. Second serve and then get into the rally. Johsnon didn't get the return deep enough, so Kudla had an easy forehand, went for too much and missed it, so it's love 15.
This is a chance, Alex. Saying that is a great serve. Kick serve ace down the middle of the court. So he must have been expecting when the ball toss went up behind him. He must have been edging towards a backhand return, and it's swung the other way.
Again, I think I might be getting a slightly delayed feed. I've just seen the ace. Is it 15-all for you? Yeah.
Yeah, 15 on. We're in a long rally.
Okay, I'm just starting the point. So annoying that my feed is behind for some reason.
Ooh. Two shanks in a row. I caught the edge of the line. The second one could have been one in the crowd from Kudla there. That was a bad forehand error. Here's a chance for Johsnon. 15-30. Pressure is on now.
Fox Froze from Israel, welcome. We've actually both travelled to Israel, haven't we?
Yeah, I
Francesco
loved Israel. I've played a few times in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Loved the place.
Ramat Hasharon.
Yeah.
Uh,
30-all.
Trader 19, he's asking, am I supposed to see the video? We are unable to play the video, so if you do want to watch the match, then you can watch it either on the Bet365 website or Tennis TV. There's many streaming websites, so at the moment we are watching it, but obviously we don't own the rights to that content, so we wouldn't be able to show it on our stream. But hopefully you enjoy our commentary and our insights into the game. So and you can join our watch party, so can watch it together. $30 all here, big point. Oh, looks like it's 40-30
Well,
because I'm delayed.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to stop commenting on the actual live point play. I'll leave that to you, Josh.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, rapid thrown there by Johsnon. I think the reason being he had chances in that game, but he's 3 unforced errors in a row. Kudla ends up getting the hold, but that was the opportunities he's been looking for this set, and he didn't take them, which was different to the first set.
Yeah, and I guess now, he'll be coming out. Now he's serving to stay in the set. It's a different kind of pressure.
Definitely. Both players have they've increased their first serve percentage though. Johsnon at 70% and Kudla at 77%. So they're making more first serves, both of them.
So important, of course, getting that first serve into play, because you're able to then, get onto your weapon, hopefully, stop the other player from finding your weakness. So having that first serve percentage.
Interesting stat here, Alex. On second serve points won, both players are around 30%. So what we're seeing here is if they're missing their first serve, they're then likely to go on and lose the point. So that's going to put Steve Johsnon under quite a bit of pressure and serving to stay in the set here.
And as a returner, I guess Kudla could play around with his serve return positioning. Maybe stand a bit further back, stand closer in, do something different, let Johsnon see a different picture on the other side, and that could perhaps force some errors on that first serve and force the second serve, and of course then may give him the chance to break here.
He's been pretty predictive as well. If I was Kudla right now, I would be almost certain that he was going to be kick serving to my backhand, so he could even potentially run around and play a forehand, taking that risk. First point, here we go. Okay, he's missed the serve, so now he is under pressure. Kudla stepping in, short return, slice mistake from Johsnon. So as the set has told us so far in the stats, he has yet again lost a point on his second serve. Okay, another first serve missed. Now he's seriously under a lot of pressure. 4 bad points in a row from Johsnon. What's he going to do now? Kick serve down the middle, deep return. That's a lovely slice winner, which is unusual on clay, Alex. Slice winner up the line from Kudla there to take love 30.
Wow. I'm unable to see it right now. I'm just trying to get onto our page because for some reason things haven't been put on properly.
Five points in a row for Kudla, love 30. Second serve. That's another deep return. 3 set points to Kudla. 3 break points, 3 set points. Not a first serve in this game, Alex.
We did say it, and there we have the break.
That was a strange point. He kick served to Kudla's backhand. Kudla hit a deep return, and I think Johsnon thought he was going out. It must have clipped the edge of the baseline. Is your feed back up?
I am. No, my feed
technical
is
difficulties.
Some technical difficulties, and I'm just trying to sort out the visibility of the
one set all then. Just going through the overall statistics for the match, it's pretty even, to be honest. You could argue that Steve Johsnon has had possibly slightly better stats, but overall I think Kudla on the back of that set looks like he probably will go on and win this match. I mean, I might be wrong.
Is that because the stats were better from that first set, and now that?
Well, you can look at the match 2 ways. You can either look at it a statistical way, or by the eye watching them. Obviously, we're doing both. Steve Johsnon there towards the end of that set really was flaky. Lost six or seven points in a row. Got angry with himself, threw his racket. I think on clay, more than any other surface, you have huge momentum swings.
Yeah, that's for sure. And usually you have the time to change momentum. So just like we saw there, even though Kudla lost the first set, he was not out of it because, the matches are long still. You still got time to come back and get yourself back into the match. Okay.
Interesting. I didn't see them sweep the court there. Normally on a clay court you see, maybe I missed it, but normally on a clay court you see them sweep the court between
water it.
Water it at each set end. Maybe that shows the lack of rallying there's been, the lack of movement. Okay, 1-settle. Kudla to serve, first game. Seems to be an argument here between Johsnon and the umpire. I have my sound turned off on the feed, so I can't make out what they're saying.
He's not happy that the court hasn't been swept.
Yeah. Both players actually. Both players here. What's going on? I might turn on the sound quickly to see what's going on.
Can you guys catch what's going on? Why the players have stopped? If you're watching the match, can you let us know what the problem is?
This is. I can hear they're trying to fix something, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying. I think it might be.
What do you think it was?
I think it might have been the scoreboard at the back of the court, but it's unusual to stop just because of that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He
big
shouldn't.
from Kudla.
Surely he shouldn't even be looking at it.
Maybe it was a tactic from Johsnon just to put Kudla off, try and get himself back into the match, slowing the match down. Cross-court exchange, slice again from Johsnon. He's missed it. Both players we're seeing slice a lot, which is unusual on clay, Alex.
I feel like it's because both of them are not exactly like super spinny players on the backhand side, so they perhaps are not getting quite as much out of their backhand, so they're trying to use the slice to keep the ball low and force the player to hit up and then try and use their forehand on the next shot. It's almost like a setup play.
I mean, traditionally on a clay court we'd probably be seeing more of topspin to topspin, backhand to backhand rallies, but this is not what we're seeing at the moment.
If you're just joining us, thank you for joining this live stream. We are watching the match between Steve Johsnon and Denis Kudla. It's been a pretty even affair at the moment. It's 1-set-all. Kudla serving 40-love up in the first game of the third set. Who do you think will win this match? Let us know in the comments. We're waiting to hear from you. Yeah,
what's your prediction?
But both players are still below that 50% on the second serve, and the first serve way into the 80s, 86 and 88 on the first serve percentage. There's big stats.
I can guarantee neither of them will be winning this tournament with those stats if they continue like that.
And I wonder if is it because they're not getting into those long rallies, and they just the game doesn't feel like they both don't look like they found their rhythm.
No, not at all. To be honest, it's tough to tell a tactic that either player is trying to deploy. I mean, another backhand winner down the line there from Kudla. That's probably the only one tactic we may be seeing here from a regular point of view, is that backhand down the line from him. It's been pretty successful. Love 15.
Great use of body there. If you watched how when he hit it, he followed through with that supporting outside leg, completely rotated through it.
I always preferred hitting my backhand down the line, but that was maybe because I hit it late quite often.
I think me too, actually. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more point-by-point plays from us in the future, as well as slow motion footage. We're going to have hopefully some match analysis videos as well. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you press the subscribe button and become one of our subscribers. I guess the next goal would be 61,000. We're on 60,000 right now.
I'm looking forward to watching the Kyrgios match, to be honest.
It will be fun.
I don't...
But you know what? You never know what kind of match it will be, because he is a big server and a big hitter. If he is able to hit through the other player, we may not see many rallies as well. Elected to serve into the forehand there, Steve Johsnon, to mix it up.
Both players having joy coming forward. I'm surprised that neither of them are actually doing it more. The passing shots seem to be off from both players here. They're not, probably because they're not balanced on their passing shots.
Well, I haven't seen one made really yet, so
no.
You'd be straight in.
Yeah, definitely. Chip charge. Tim Hemmond made semi-finals of Roland Garros doing that.
He did indeed, yeah. Did he lose to Correa?
Yeah.
Was it Correa he lost to?
But then Correa went on to lose to Gaston Gaudio, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'd need to check on that.
No, maybe someone that's watching can correct us, but I'm almost certain that Gaudio won that
yeah,
tournament.
Gaudio won French Open, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
I remember that Correa should have won, and he was up, and then he lost. Yeah, maybe if you.
And then I'm pretty sure he never really recovered from that Correa.
No.
Didn't he have? He got the yips on his second serve. I remember he was going through matches hitting like 10, 15, 20 double faults.
Yeah, I think there was some personal issues there, with his personal trainer.
Can't talk about over a live stream.
So far we've got Francesco from Toronto and Fox Froze from Israel. Who else is joining us? What country are you from? We are in the UK at the moment. Let us know where you are joining us from. Love to hear from you.
Slice error from Johnsnon again there. He really doesn't feel comfortable hitting his topspin backhand in this match. It's becoming quite apparent now. He's not able to consistently hit 1, 2 or 3, definitely not 3 backhands in a row. So if I'm Kudla, I'm just targeting that backhand now all day long.
Yeah, definite tactic. But notice how he then served to the forehand. So serve to the strength. He's expecting in the backhand. You get the cheap point.
Maybe because they would 40 love in the game.
I guess so as well. And I guess when you do get a player who's maybe not hitting a stroke well, like a backhand is not working, you're going to naturally start protecting that side, moving over to that side, and expose the other side much more. So then winners going into that forehand side, like we saw Kudla do on his backhand down the line, it becomes a lot more easier because he's got so much more court to aim into.
Yeah, you definitely have to mix it up. You can't, if you know that a player has a certain weakness, whether it's their forehand or backhand, if you just consistently go there, like almost 100% of the time, they will eventually create some sort of rhythm on the shot.
Yeah. Keep it for the big points.
I'm watching Johsnon now, but change of ends. He doesn't look focused to me. He's almost bemused.
Yeah. He looks spaced out. He's looking into one spot. Maybe he's thinking about, a tactic or something that's happened.
For me, just by looking at body language and the way the last few games have gone, I can only see one winner here, Kudla. This could be a lack of confidence, maybe, Alex, from Johsnon. He obviously didn't have a brilliant 2021. We're early on into the season this year, the start of the clay court season. Maybe he's just lacking a lot of confidence. I'm going to check his results. I'd be interested to see how he's done recently.
Big serve there out wide from Johsnon, forcing an easy return, put away smash. That will give him some confidence. Nail it down. .30 love, I've just refreshed my feed. Big forehand there down the line, so he needs to use that forehand a lot more. Obviously not feeling great on the backhand. He needs to get on top of his forehand. Second serve here for Kudla. And, if Kudla wants to win this, he does need to start, challenging him a little bit on that second serve. Like there, he did, got the deep return there, forced the error, and then Johsnon broke down. That's the kind of play he should really employ. And I guess, looking at the stats, both players not serving, not winning over 50% of their second serves. He really needs to step in and start pressuring that Steve Johsnon second serve. Missed the first serve now, 30-15. Johsnon serving 1-2 in the third set.
Well, that's how Kudla won the second set. He took a few risks on the return. It'd be interesting to see if he does that here, 30-all.
Yeah, and this is where, it was easy to do when you're love 30. Can he do it when it's 30-all, when it matters? Like right now, what's your take? Is he going to step in or is he going to stay back if it's a second serve, guys? Oh, it's a first serve. Steve Johsnon didn't let him.
It was interesting to see how high that first serve kicked up. That was above his shoulders.
Really reaching out. I mean, it was a wide serve. Had a lot of slice on it.
When was the last time, Alex, we saw a rally over the length of 8 shots?
Here it comes. 2, 3. No, it's a mistake.
Oh.
Not, yeah, it hasn't really happened yet. It's not the classic that we're used to.
No. Juice, let's see what happens here. Second serve.
Yeah, I want to see a second serve and I want to see what Kudla does. Is that an ace? No, it's a second serve. Here we go.
Took it on.
So right now I'm running around and hitting a forehand there. So I'm literally moving around it and I'm hitting a forehand just like that. Oh,
I cannot believe he's missed that volley.
He played a horrendous drop shot there. I mean, the volley he was so close to the net, he had no time to react. But it's the drop shot. I mean, look at that. Look at that drop shot. I could have got that.
You say he had no time to react. He still had the whole court. Johsnon was off the court.
I know, but I think he framed it. It went off the frame.
I think if we see either player up their level by 5%, then they're going to get the break. It's a pretty low-level tennis match right now, in my opinion.
Steve Johsnon, 10 aces. Serving both players are serving well.
Predictable though. I think this is why we're seeing these players at their rankings they currently are at. If they're playing top 10 players here, I think they're gonna be into a lot of points from even their high percentage first serves.
I watched Auger Aliassime earlier, and he played a player that was ranked way below him. He won 6-3, 6-3, but also struggled to get through that match. It wasn't like a walk in the park. So I just find a lot of players at the moment maybe a little bit out of form, out of practice. They're just finding their rhythm.
Johsnon running around the return there. That's the first time I've seen him do that, and he won the point. Big forehand winner. Well, big forehand forced error down the line.
Doesn't want to be hitting too many backhands, so it's the right play to do. A nice slice there, keeps the ball low, and again chipping and keeping the ball low, staying in the rally. Slice is working quite well, although that one was a bit floatier.
That's better point. Much better point.
Now they switch into the forehand to forehand, and Kudla, unable to hold his nerve, goes down the line and misses. A better point. You wanted eight shot rally. You got definitely a few there.
Points I wanted to actually watch, and we got it.
Yeah. It becomes a much more interesting match to watch as well. So, for the crowd, imagine you've paid for a ticket and you're just getting no rallies. It's tough, isn't it? That's why the stands are a bit empty.
I think when you're watching a clay court match, for me, it's what you're expecting. You're expecting to see a battle of almost a chess-like tennis match. 3 break points here. This is a very bad game from Kudla. 3 unforced errors in a row. Surprising. That's come from nowhere, Alex.
Well, you could get the break here, secure the win. I mean, you never know. Love 40. Kudla serving to stay in this game. 3 break points down. And he misses his first serve. Second serve.
Unforced error from Steve there. That's another slice backhand, Alex. We haven't seen him hit a topspin backhand in this game.
I have seen him go through matches doing that. And he relies on his slice so much because it's such a good shot. And he tries to get around on his forehand. Pretty much how I used to play.
15-4. Yeah, to be honest, me too. But it's probably why I didn't have much success on clay.
Second serve now from Kudla, 15-40. Johsnon will be looking to do something here. Big point for him. Into a long rally again. Both players are staying in there. Kudla pulling the trigger down the line. Oh, and he hits over that one. Obviously forced to come up with something there as Kudla came in and he forced Johsnon to come up with a passing shot. But it wasn't a great approach shot from Kudla, let's be realistic here. On clay, he just bunted it. came in. I mean, what was he expecting? The guy wasn't gonna miss.
Pretty unpredictable match. I mean, my call obviously for Kudla to win is now out the window, and it's looking likely that Steve Johnsnon will. That was a strange game from Kudla there. 3 unforced errors, and then the last break point, like you said, he came off a pretty poor approach, and the one topspin backhand we've seen Steve hit, it's been a backhand winner down the line, passing shot.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's a lack of concentration, isn't it, Kudla? I mean, just a little lapse, and it can happen so quickly in tennis. You know, the momentum can change so quickly. You lose 3 points in a row, you're up 40, and all of a sudden now you're battling to stay in, and he didn't do a great job there to save that break point with that approach. Fair play to Steve Johnsnon for staying in that match and applying the pressure again and again. Guys, who's your pick in this encounter? Who do you think is going to win? It's 3-2 to Johnsnon. He's now serving. He's got the break. Do you think he's going to be able to hold it out? Let us know in the comments. Obviously, press the like of this video if you haven't liked it already. Only 11 people have liked this video, so if you haven't done so already, press the like, press the subscribe, so you subscribe to the channel, and then we've got you. And yeah, let us know who you think is going to win this match.
Another big serve there from Johnsnon. That wide serve on both sides is pretty effective. Opening up the court on the clay to then go to the other side directly from the first shot. Always being challenged.
Hey John, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. There we go. We got you up on screen. Appreciate it.
Hi John.
We may even do the next match. Well, we want to. I actually haven't been feeling great, so I'm starting to dissolve into my chair. But it would be a better match, maybe. So
9:45 in England right now.
Oh yeah,
getting close to bedtime.
We may have to have a think about it. We'll have a look. Are you watching live through Tennis TV? I'm watching through Bet365, but I am getting a delay.
Yeah, that's strange, Alex. I mean, right now I have 15 love Johnsnon.
Yeah, me too. So he's about to do a second serve. Is that right? We're just waiting for the ball. He's looking up.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'm not up. Maybe I'm not out of sync that much.
I think, considering we're watching through a betting website, you'd like to think that the score is live as much as it could be.
Yeah, I just think my feed is always a little bit delayed. It starts well, and at the moment it just looks like I'm like 3 or 4 seconds behind you. I'll get there.
8.
It's probably because I'm doing the stream. I don't know. Maybe it's my connection.
11-8 that's pretty good stats. That's good going on a clay court. For me, that tells me that this clay court can't be too slow, or these guys are hitting their spots and they're hitting the line. It's typically a line on a clay court.
Did you see that second serve?
Yeah.
Oh,
that went into row 1, didn't it? 12-8 as well.
That was ridiculous.
Watch this. It goes into
row Z.
That has kicked straight over Kudla's racket. That is massive. Wow.
Gets good air.
He even went that way.
Yeah. Gets really good air time off the ground. And really got up. Uses his legs to drive up. Steve Johnsnon, those second serves. John, we are both in the UK. So, yeah, that's where we're streaming from. Where are you from, John? Where are you located? Thank you, everyone. For those of you who have just joined us, we had a few of you just joined our commentary. Now we have 16 people watching. It's great. And those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. Hopefully we can keep bringing you some great footage and great commentary throughout the week.
4-2, 15 love.
I'm still watching the point at 4-2. So okay, mistake now.
Last 15.
Right, I'm gonna have to.
Looks like Johnston starting to run away with this set and the match. Checking the stats. Alex, second serve points won from Kudla this set, 33% won. So that's the reason why we're seeing this scoreline right now in the third set.
33%
of his.
So he's only winning a third of
winning,
his of his second serves.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's because he's making unforced errors or if Steve Johnston, I guess, is starting to take a little bit more risks on his returning. I think he is. He's run around a couple to hit forehands.
Yeah, and I think that's been the key here. He started to look for that forehand a lot more.
Johnson challenging the wide to me. Kicks to the middle from Kudla. Both players walking to the net to look for the mark. It's out. Yeah, I thought it was out. Okay, so he's under a little bit of pressure here. 30-15, second serve. Let's see if Johnston takes this one on as well. Big serve down the tee again. He's made it. That is massive. That's an ace.
Yeah, both players serving great out there. Yeah, my feed seems to be very laggy and very late. Yeah, big serving there from Kudla. I mean, now he's asked the question, you know, can Steve Johnston keep his nerve and keep his serve? Only 2 games to go, so 4-3. Still got the break, Steve Johnston. Still got the break. Look at Steve Johnston's second serve percentage is over 50% now. It's at 51.
Yeah.
Those kicker serve aces might have helped. Always great if you could pull one out like that. Both players now resting and getting the fluids in. It seems to be quite hot out there. So, what did you used to have in your drink when you were sitting on the change of ends, having a sip?
I sometimes actually put salt in my water, or I mean, I was with a couple brands, the electrolytes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters too much what you're drinking. I think you just need to make sure you are drinking a lot, especially in these hotter countries, especially the humid ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember one time my trainer actually was putting salt in my drink. Didn't taste very nice, to be honest.
Well, I guess it'll stop
Probably
you from cramping, because when you are sweating and you're out there playing and it's hot, you're losing fluid and it can lead to cramp. So that's why players have salt in their drinks.
So Kudla's yet to have a break point in this set. So I think he's going to definitely, considering we're coming to the close of the match, he's going to have to start trying something new. I'd like to see him maybe coming forward on the return to the net, which is, yes, he has done. He's taken an early return there into the rally.
John, yes, we are in different locations actually today. We may do a few where we are in the same room, but at the moment we are doing from 2 different locations, bringing you this live stream. But yeah, glad that you can't tell.
The set obviously looked...
I don't know what you're talking about. We're on court right now with the, this.
windy up here.
Unless it's high and it's windy. Mind you, that's the Marrakesh background. We're watching Houston, so I didn't change it, but that's all right.
No, that's Roland Garros, Alex.
Is it? No, I don't think so.
Or is it not?
No, I think it's Marrakesh.
Okay.
Yeah. You played it at Roland Garros. You should know. Did you ever play in a big stadium like that?
Not on that court.
No.
No, I was always on an outside court. I only played the qualies there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't have the best record. I was 0 from 4 qualifying matches.
At Roland Garros.
Clay for me. Yeah, clay for me. To be honest, I avoided it in the end. It really didn't suit my game style. When your ranking gets to a certain level, when you're in the ones, I guess it's unavoidable, and you have to follow the circuit, and it is the clay court season. But I typically like to try and stay on the hard courts, and then I enjoyed the grass court season.
Yeah. And I guess, yeah, you know, players do try and pick and choose as much as possible surfaces that match their game styles. Would you say that the players now out there, Steve Johsnon and Kudla, that clay is their surface? Would you say they're suited to the surface?
I would have said no, but the fact that Steve Johnson's won this tournament twice, then it kind of contradicts that. Kudla, I definitely would say is a faster court player. Like I said earlier, he likes the ball around waist height. He's had some great results on the grass in the grass court season, Wimbledon. I think Johnson gets away with it, maybe typically like maybe Isner does, because he's got such a big first serve. He's got a great, as we saw in the last game, he's got a great kick serve.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets away with it. But I think when he comes up against a more traditional clay courter, I think he's going to struggle. Maybe this is why we don't see these guys entering the European clay court tour events.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do at Roland Garros, because you know it's a Grand Slam that you kind of have to play the European clay.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I think a lot of Americans they feel really comfortable playing in America. They have a great challenger circuit that we both of us have played on quite a bit, and they have so many tournaments where they can get this ranking of around 80 to between 80 and 200, and you can almost just play on an American challenger tour without actually playing anywhere else.
Yeah. We have a question here from John Lee. Any new up and comers in Britain and UK right now? He only knows Andy Murray, and he's getting old now. Well, Jack Draper, he's the I guess the new up and coming player. He's won 4 challenger events this season, so doing incredible, and won his first ATP 1000 match in Miami, beating who did he beat? Gilles Simon. So that's a player to watch out for, John. So Jack Draper. Who else do you think is a good player to watch out for, Josh?
I was going to say Jack Draper as well, to be honest. I think you've got Liam Brody, who's also a similar ranking. I think they're both high ones. I think after Jack's recent success, he moves potentially into the top 120, which will, I think, grant him Grand Slam access without needing to qualify or a wild card, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I see him getting to top 100 by the end of the year. Definitely. I mean, he's not going to have anything to defend if he's won those big tournaments this year. So he's got a bit of a free run now.
Both players, by the way, Jack and Liam.
Both players, what? Sorry.
Left-handed.
Yeah, both lefties, and I guess slightly more difficult to play against the lefty.
Speak for yourself, Alex.
Look
actually, I like playing lefty.
Do you? I don't mind them
Yeah.
because I find because I like to play forehand cross. It goes into their backhand, but I just hate returning their serves because they've got that weird spin slice they put on, and you're like, you just don't know where it's bouncing half the time.
I've never understood this, and I assume there must have been someone that's done some research into it. Why does a lefty have a better swing than a righty? So their typical swing serve would be on the advantage side.
Yeah.
Ours would be as a righty to the juice side. Why do they have more of an advantage there? It shouldn't really make a difference, surely.
It shouldn't, but I think they probably. It's like an expectation. Oh, you've got the wide serve, use it to their backhand, bloody-daddy, Whereas
We look out for him.
I'd say the righties wouldn't be training that as much because that's going into the forehand. They would be training it just like a serve down the tee, but you'd probably be training the tee serve more because it's going into the backhand. Whereas they would probably be hitting more of those serves and potentially getting more practice hitting it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think lefties have an advantage and have a better out wide slider serve, or do you think that's just a myth? Let us know. We might even pin your comment up.
Thinking the other day, actually, I was going through shot by shot whose weapon I would take for each shot, and when I got to serve, for me, I don't know. I guess some people may find this an unusual one, but for me, it would be Pete Sampras. I would take Pete Sampras if I could have anyone serve.
Goran Ivanisevic.
Yeah,
He was a great server.
The reason why I've chosen Sampras because the way it was so consistent tournament after tournament, and under pressure as well.
Yeah. Right, so here we have Johsnon serving for the match. Can he hold his nerve?
It's looking likely.
6-3, 4-6, 5-4. 30 love.
I've just not seen enough from Kudla trying to change up what he's doing in the returning games here. It's for me it's quite surprising he hasn't changed his court position. I think when you're facing a big server like Johsnon, you need to just show him a different view, even if it's an unusual, like stand 2 meters outside the tram line. Just show him something different. 3 match points.
Oh, and it's all over.
Nice to finish.
It's all over. Wow. What a change. 6-3, 4-6. It looked like Kudla was coming back. He looked like he was the better player. We weren't sure, and then all of a sudden, Johsnon got the break, and it's all over.
16 aces, Alex. That's big serving.
Is that big serving, or is it poor returning, would you say? I mean, I guess there were aces.
You're right.
So
I think it could be a
combination of both. I mean, if he was facing someone like Djokovic, I just don't see him getting that many aces, or even a Rafa. They would just stand further back.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could argue that it'd be the pressure of Johsnon serving against someone like that. But yeah, I think you're right. I don't think Kudla challenged Johsnon anywhere near enough on his serves there. And that obviously ended up with the tail of the victory.
And I guess got challenged too much on his second serves as well, where his second serve percentage wasn't high enough.
4 break points for both players in the whole match. I mean, I think normally you would typically on a clay court you would see more break points being challenged. So I think we've seen quite a poor returning match there from, to be honest, both players.
Yeah.
Not just Kudla.
Well, an interesting one to get stuck into. I hope you guys enjoyed the match. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button where it's on this side. Wait, this side, there, at the top. So, or no, it's down. It's where I am. Wait, it's there. Wait, it's there. Because that's where the button is. Yeah, it's there. And I hope you enjoyed our commentary. We'll hopefully bring more of it. as time goes on and cover the bigger events. We're looking forward to the French Open, of course, Wimbledon. We'll try and get close to Wimbledon, maybe even Queens before that. We've got Eastbourne. So we've got the grass court season to look forward to, but then of course the clay court, looking forward to the Monte Carlos and the French Opens as well. But for now, we'll leave you from this match. We hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, see you soon.
See you later.
All the best, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.